After finishing in 8th place in yesterday's feature race, Heikki Kovalainen is on pole for round 2 of the 2009 FF2M Championship. The lights are out and we are go. Kovalainen gets a poor start and Alguersuari takes the lead. And that is Van der Gaard up in 3rd place. He's looking to go around the outside into the first chicane and he's done it. And that is Grosjean challenging behind. As Kovalainen has a look, he can't get through. A big crash behind. Grosjean's off, and it was one of the STV racing cars out of the race. I think it was Alberto Valerio. We just got a shot of it. There we go. Grosjean trying to make a move. And there's more collisions at the back as well. That was Valzecchi off the road. But meanwhile, Heikki Kovalainen in 3rd place, now challenging Van der Gaard. And he, one of the championship favourites. As through goes, that is Nakajima, Alguersuari's teammate. Going through, and Danny Kloss in the AJ Motorsports up into 8th place. But he's got one of the Shamrocks looking for a way past. He can't do it. And there was a pass further back, that was Luca Filippi. But Kovalainen in the wheel tracks of Guido van der Gaard. As Alguersuari sets the fastest lap at the end of the first lap. As Kovalainen takes Van der Gaard for 2nd place and sets about catching the Spaniard. Vitaly Petrov, Kovalainen's teammate, up the inside of Luis Rosier, and he takes 6th place. And that is of course the last point scoring position in the sprint race, the 2nd race of the weekend, as Kovalainen now sets the fastest lap of the race on lap 2. Danny Kloss having a look at Rosier now. And he's done it, has he? No. Rosier manages to get back past. But it looks like Rosier is not going to stay in that position for long. Although Kloss in 8th place, and that is Sakon Yamamoto on the inside into the chicane, and he just about keeps it on the road. And Kloss loses that position down into 9th place. And that is Nico Hulkenberg. A disappointing first race for him. Had far too many pit stops, involved in all sorts. And the gap at the front down to 1.1 seconds now. And as I said before, Kovalainen one of the favourites. But after this race, he would go to the Shannon team in FF1M, as Nico Hulkenberg now trying to get on the inside of Filippi. He spins, and that's Valzecchi, Filippi's teammate, spinning in the background on board with Davide Valzecchi, and just touches the back of the iSport car of Diego Nunes, and Nunes is out of the race as well. As Alguersuari now lap 5, the gap down to 8 cents. It looks a lot smaller than that. And Kovalainen, immovable force. Spaniel, the favourite team for the season, but the two Spaniel drivers coming together yesterday in the first race of the weekend. And Alguersuari, the gap definitely looking a lot smaller than 8/10 of a second. Van der Gaard still hanging on in 3rd place, only 3.2 seconds behind, and Alguersuari's teammate Kazuki Nakajima is in 4th place, with Gary Paffett 5th and Vitaly Petrov 6th, and I think Petrov will be on the back of Paffett in a few short laps. And into the final chicane, and Kovalainen definitely closer. Let's see what the gap is at the end of this lap. It's halved down to 4/10 of a second, and now look at that, it's even shorter than this. Kovalainen setting about, passing Alguersuari. And up into Piratella, there we go. A classic move in FF1M and FF2M. And now indeed Petrov is on the back of Paffett, and I suspect that it will be a similar story as with Kovalainen passing Alguersuari. It will probably be in a similar place. Petrov getting close and Paffett feeling the need to defend. And again Paffett having to defend, and Petrov now really should be able to get him into the first corner. He's in the slipstream, and the GR Motorsports car in front defending, and Petrov not having a look in there. Kovalainen meanwhile has poured out 1.5 seconds in one lap. Van der Gaard though is closed in, he was the fastest man on that lap as Paffett runs wide, and Petrov being balked there, didn't really have enough room to have a look and get past. Indeed Paffett showing good traction out. But now Petrov coming in, he's in the right place now, up into the chicane. Can he get through? Yes he can. And Petrov up into 5th place, and that's now 2 points. As Romain Grosjean meanwhile making his way back through the field, up into 14th place, but can't get past Felipe in 13th. Grosjean was of course involved in a crash on the first lap at the Villeneuve chicane that he's just gone through. And Grosjean driving for Liquid Target, run by Andy Racing's team boss, and through goes Grosjean up into Piratella as Kovalainen did on Alguersuari, and that's a Pedersen Danish racing car behind, and he's looking now at Felipe. That's Karen Chandok, and Karen Chandok goes through and up into 15th place. Lovely livery on the Pedersen and the Danish racing cars this season. And now Petrov is right up the back of Kazuki Nakajima. He's in the slipstream, he's looking around the outside, he won't get him through there, but now down the inside into the Tamburello, and Petrov moves up into 4th place. And we have 5 laps to go on lap 11. Now up onto lap 12. Gary Paffett has got through past Nakajima, and Nakajima may be struggling with his tyres a bit now, and dropping back. It's a 13-second gap to Danny Kloss in 7th place, as Romain Grosjean having a look up the inside of his teammates. Luis Rosier can't get through. He's got no chance of points, Grosjean, really, unless he comes in the pits and changes his tyres and goes for fastest lap. Grosjean up the inside into Piratella, and a lovely move. Luis Rosier having a think about trying to keep it around the outside, but he can't do it. And Kovalainen now onto lap 14, and that's Felipe now having a look at Razier. He's following through nicely. He seems to have lost Karen Chandok. He seems to have disappeared. But here we are now with Heikki Kovalainen on the final lap of the race. He's pulled out an impressive 11-second gap over Jaime Alguersuari, and Van der Gaard is still in third place. I don't think Petrov's going to have time to pass him. But it's been a good performance after a scruffy first race for the Spaniel team. And he's going to come through the final corner to take the victory, and there's 6 points to go with it. There we go. So Kovalainen takes the win ahead of Alguersuari, 12 seconds ahead. Then Van der Gaard, 14 seconds behind Kovalainen. Petrov 4th, Pavic 5th, Nakajima 6th, and the fastest lap point going to Kovalainen. And we will see you in Jerez for the second race weekend of the 2009 FF2M Championship.